Hi everybody, I'm getting ready to start this tree, and what you see there is the very beginning, and what you're seeing here is going to be in the very center of the tree. And because on especially larger trees, I like to have a way to mount them that works. What you're looking at there is what I've came up with for this. And the octopus part down here you see up here is just that double twist wire, and I got four 6-foot chunks of that are not quite bent in half. One side's a little longer. I'm not really sure why I did that, but it just seemed like the right thing to do. But the spider stuff at the bottom there is Spectrafiber. This is fishing line is what I like to use for this, and you can't see there, but it's 200-pound test. It's really strong stuff, and the reason I like Spectrafiber is just because it's unmatched in strength for the thinness of the fiber itself, and it's fairly abrasion resistant. It's what's used in my traction kite lines. I like to fly really big kites, and they sometimes lift you off the ground, so you want really strong string. But at any rate, I like using this stuff because it's a really dark green. It's called moss green, and when it's in the middle of the tree there, it'll be hidden by the tree itself, but also it's dark, so if you look real close, it's really hard to see it in there. And basically I took 5 feet of it and I doubled it over a number of times. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4. How many strands do I have there? 4. Looks like I got 8 of them. So that's going to support a lot of weight. And the reason why I do multiple strands is, say one of them breaks, there's 7 more to do it. And how this is fastened right here to that loop of that 6-foot wire, it's done with what's called the lark's head knot. I'm going to show you how to tie one of those. This is a knot that's used a lot in kite flying. It's a really good knot because it can only pull tighter, and it doesn't put any sharp bends in the string, so it's less likely to break. It's a knot that wears really well. But here's how you tie a lark's head. I'm doing it with this thick rope here because it's a lot easier to see. Now that's a lark's head, so the aluminum is going through the lark's head, and you can see that can only get tighter. It can never get looser when tension is on it. And once I tie that lark's head on there, to keep it from moving around, because there's not going to be tension on it for a long time, it's something I'm putting in early and not going to use it till the tree's done. I like to put a lot of super glue right here on the knot, and you don't want the super glue running down the strands and making your strands all stiff. So I just apply it a couple drops at a time, let it dry, a couple drops at a time, let it dry, and super glue takes a lot longer to dry when you use a lot of it. This has been sitting for, gosh, probably a half hour, and it's finally dry, so I can go ahead and pull these tight. Oh, wait, actually I feel on my fingers there it's not quite dry, but it's close enough, I think. And then how we're going to use this is we're going to be using that same old plastic jig that I've been using for the other trees here for this one. It seems to be working pretty good. No cracks. It's not deforming. I'm really happy with this plastic that I used to make it. I glued some magnets on there with some what's called E6000 adhesive. You can find that online. I don't have any handy at the moment. But what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to thread them all through a hole that is centered here on the jig, and then I will pull them through the jig, and that's going to be at the very center of the tree. And you can't tie a knot in these yet because once again we got to pull everything through that jig once we get the tree done to make the roots. So it's just gonna, and it's hard to do while I'm shooting video, so I'm going to do that next. So that's how I'm going to get things started. And hope everybody's having fun. weather sucks here. It's been cloudy forever. I hope we get some sun soon. Hope it's better where you are.